welcome to the part 2 of our Real Housewives of Lagos. Yeah. So where I ended in the last episode, Miriam came into the mix, and she hugged everybody, she was greeting everybody, but I guess there was an awkward moment between her and Caroline where an handshake was like, when I actually saw the video, it was Miriam made it seem like it was like this, where it was actually more like this, you understand? So, but I feel like, okay, she felt like, okay, why is she holding me like that? Am I rubbish or whatever like that? So, and then they started the game, and they are all grown ups, you're having fun, you are talking, you're gisting, you are having fun. By the way, Chioma is a dirty player. Chioma she set the rules, she broke the rules. She's obviously a very competitive person, and it's nice to see that part of her. She shall not carry it to the extreme. That's the cocoa, you understand? So, they did the old chair thing, and they moved on to another type of game and everything. One thing Caroline said before they actually started this never have I ever game, I actually relate with it, because there are some questions that can be asked, there are some questions that cannot be asked. If it was just within them, if it was just the group, the Real Housewives themselves group, yeah, you can go off, fine, ask any. But there were different people in the mix, and questions were flying about. I can understand the question of how many people have you had sex with, have you been in a threesome, have you done those are normal never, because for a never have I ever game, you have to be it's a risky game. Questions can be thrown, but there are some particular questions that beware of your surrounding, which is why I do not agree. I kind of feel like Tiana still held on to the old airport palooza, and she decided to come after Caroline. Because why would you ask her what happened in her last marriage in the presence of strangers, complete strangers that even you yourself don't know? Why will you do that? It makes no sense, because it's a game, yes, but you had other questions that you could ask. Questions that you can ask, that at least Miriam asked Laura why she kept doing the whole injection thing in her doing the whole Botox thing, and Laura answered. In that kind of situation, it must have been awkward for Laura, that's a personal thing. But Laura didn't take it personal. She was able to answer, because even the old Botox thing was shown on blog. So it's not something like she hid. It's not something like that she did. It's not something private and personal to her. She showed the world what she was doing. Everybody saw it. Miriam saw it, which was why she asked the question. So questions like that are risky, and they fit the bill in that kind of situation, but you asking intimate questions that nobody knows about, then why would you just ask someone to divulge information about a marriage life that's crashed in the presence of you, and you are not asking it in the midst of you people that know each other? You are asking it in the presence of people that are also complete strangers to you. I think at that point, Tiana began to go overboard, completely overboard. And I like the answer Caroline gave her, that she's not going to talk about it, because she respects her child's father, and is a respectable man. She does not want to get into it. And then Tiana ended up changing the first question. But the fact that you even asked the question in the first place, were you not thinking? It does not make sense. So they ended up doing the whole game back and forth. It seems our Auntie Miriam has actually done more than we can all imagine. But sis was living life. And, I feel like Miriam is a very honest person. She's straightforward. I actually feel she's straightforward to your face than Tiana claims to be. I think Miriam is more straightforward, because so after the whole thing, the next morning we see Chioma going to meet Caroline, asking her how she was feeling. And Caroline, and then asked about the people there, and Caroline came out and she was like that she wasn't comfortable, that even though she wasn't feeling too well, she still wasn't comfortable because of the people that were there. And Choma was like, I knew it, I know when something is going on with you. And she was like, she just like, Miriam gave her this kind of thing where one thing I feel about this Real Housewives of Lagos is that there's too much judgment going on about personality. There's too much judgment going on about personality. Like, she's like, why would you answer that? Why would you do that? Like, it's a game. And she's the kind of person who doesn't have anything to hide. You can be a poise, boundary, limit person. But maybe she's not. And what is bad about that? So, she's talking about, okay, Miriam coming in and things like that. She felt uncomfortable. I really did not get her angle, which was why I liked what Chioma said, that it's a game, it's a risky game. Like, that's what the game is all about. Like, so I like the answer Chioma gave her. So next we see, as Chioma and Caroline are bonding, Tiana and Miriam start talking, and then Miriam wants to know about these people. Question like, so what is the group like? Who are the people? Like, she wanted to have an info, and I love the answer Miriam gave her. Tiana gave her. Tiana said, which is why you should spend more time with them. Like, you're not going to be hearing shit from me. Go and spend more time with them. Let you get your own impression about them. Don't ask for my own impression. I really like that answer, which is why when she called on Laura, I really do not know if Laura is trying to get more support or to get someone on her side and whatever. But I just feel a simple answer. Like, you people are matured now. You people are grown up. Like, she's asking you, so what are they like? What happened between you and this, and then you start babbling and talking like a simple yeah, we have our differences, but I don't know how they would react to you. I don't know how they would, you just try to get to know them. Simple. Well, you just it's too much, Laura, it's too much. So it gets to the point where Laura is planning a fashion show in collaboration with a friend of hers, and she's very excited about it and all that. So she calls a lunch amongst the girls. At this time, Iyabo came back, and she met Miriam, and they flowed, you understand? So at the lunch, Tiana was there, Miriam was there, Iyabo was there, and Laura was there. But Caroline wasn't there and Chioma wasn't there. And Iyabo is like, what's going on? Like, where's Caroline and where's Chioma? But they're like, and then Tiana is like, Caroline seems to do what, Laura is like, Caroline seems to do whatever Chioma wants to do now. And then Tiana is like, maybe she's a follower. It's like, Tiana, calm down. Like, calm down. You obviously have your grievances about Caroline, but like, calm down. So Iyabo takes the phone and calls Chioma. Chioma explains she's actually in Abuja. And then we see Laura already hyperventilating. I don't care if they come, I don't care if they this, I don't care if they that, they don't matter to me. This is my big moment. Have them having lunch and Iyabo calling Caroline and Chioma. Caroline did not pick, but Chioma picked and said if she can make it, she would make it. But she's actually in Abuja. Then we see, Miriam and Caroline at some point in the show sitting together and talking about whatever happened, like what's going on and everything. Why did she come for the lunch? And I think it was a good move that Miriam actually went to meet Chioma, because she already got Laura's side of the story. She already knows, okay, Laura feels this way about Chioma, and I think it's okay. So she has to go and meet Chioma to know, okay, what is the conflict between Chioma and her, and Chioma's perspective, and Chioma expressed herself like, she didn't invite me, she didn't tell me this, she didn't tell me that, and she's like, you know what, just come and bring Caroline with you. Okay, fine. But the idea, and Chioma corrected the fact that the idea that you people think because I didn't come, Caroline has a mind of her own. It's her decision. But I don't know. Yes, Caroline and Chioma are close, but that does not mean that they both don't have their own decisions to make at the end of the day, personal decisions to make at the end of the day, or you think one person is influencing another person's decision. I think there is no way Chioma can be influenced. I don't think Caroline is influencing Chioma in any way, because I kind of feel like she's the kind of person that she's going to do whatever she wants to do. You understand? So, but that idea that, okay, Caroline and Caroline is being influenced by Chioma, or Chioma is being influenced by Caroline, is too far-fetched. Too far-fetched. Because they are close does not mean okay. I mean, Iyabo Ojo and Tiana are very, very close, or they were very, very close, because we don't see the connection anymore nowadays. So I don't think you can say that any of them is influencing any of them's decision or whatever. So it comes to the time where they do the old-fashioned shoot. I'm not delving into the entire thing for you people, because I'm just picking out the most important part. Because if you start delving into every single scene and act and talk, the episode will last more than 1 hour. Who wants to watch an episode for 1 hour, for crying out loud? Exactly. So I'm just picking out the most important parts where discussions were made and things that we should actually watch out for between this group of ladies. So the show came, and Chioma actually came for the show with Caroline, and they came separately, yes, but they both came to the show. And something happened that I saw that I'm going to address also. How can you be at somebody's fashion show? You are at somebody's fashion show. Yes, you are a fashion designer to yourself. You are a stylist yourself. But you are at somebody else's fashion show. Then you bring out your phone to be showing another person at the fashion show your own collection. Like, does it make any sense? Like, it's not a competition, Tiana. It is not a competition. She invited you to be there as a friend. Be there as a friend, not as a critique. You can critique the clothes and be like, no, I don't really like it, I don't like. But it's not to the point where you now start showing how yours are better, or yours is better in, like, it does not make any sense. What Tiana did, I didn't like it. At that point, I didn't like it. Because it didn't really give me this, oh, she's a good friend. It gave me this kind of, she felt like, okay, there's a competition around her and she needs to show herself. Like, I didn't like it. So apparently this was actually the first outing, even though there was a very big fat elephant in the air. A very big fat elephant in the air. These people were still able to just sit down, be in their separate spaces, talk, stand up, and leave. It was mad. Like, I was like, okay. But that's just recipe for disaster, because we know in the coming times of the show, definitely there is going to be wahala. In the coming, like, all these things that they are not talking about, that they choose to keep quiet. And even Chama was saying it, that they don't seem to notice that Tiana and Caroline have not spoken since that Abuja thing. They've actually not spoken. So we know in the coming times of the season, we are going to be seeing different type of bass. But until then, I'm just going to say, this time they sat down, they all talked. Laura got what she wanted. Her fashion show was a success. She was happy. Iyabo Ojo walked the runway with her daughter Priscilla, and it was beautiful. It was a beautiful moment. And they all had fun. They got up, and before then, don't let me forget, then Miriam announces that she's going to be hosting them at her house. And she said something. She said, if you all are going to bring your drama into my house, I'm going to effing kick you out. And they're like, bitch, calm down, you're going to kick us out. Yes, if na me get house, and I am inviting you to my house, and I'm trying to let you know my house is my safe space. Whatever drama you have, don't bring it to my home. If you bring that drama to my home, I am going to fucking kick you out. I don't want to know who you are. I will kick you out. And they're like, but why would she say she will kick us? It's her home. Are you saying she does not have a right to kick you out? Because you are who? If you feel offended by it, and you feel, okay, I don't want to come, it means you are the dramatic person. You are the one that want to bring drama. Then don't come. I'm not going to be offended either. Don't come. But people coming at Miriam and saying, what is she talking about? No wahala. I know that is going to be a main this thing for the next episode. So we are going to watch it. But until then, you guys should just go and digest this one that I said. Digest it, think about it, and if you have any comment, please go ahead and tell me your comments, every single thing you need to say. I am going to listen, I'm going to reply. Also, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching Leah Talks. Bye.